All right, Jules, we back here on the Gavin Joe Show, presented by Gusto, and we're going to tackle groups C and D. Group C, of course, Brazil, the royalty.
Yeah.
Five times World Cup winners. Carlo Ancelotti hoping to make it six. I think this group is actually tight. They're not overwhelming favorites. There's a lot of questions leading into it.
Remind people of the group.
It's a group with Morocco, with Scotland, and with Haiti. I almost wonder if, like, you could see them easing in slowly, maybe not winning the group. And Morocco, perhaps if they start hot, I don't know. We're on board with Brazil and Morocco as the two overwhelming favorites.
Yeah, sure. And they face each other in the first game as well, which is one of the best games of this first round of group stage matches. If you want, with the Netherlands-Japan one that we will talk about in a bit. Outstanding start, Brazil against Morocco, the two best teams. You're right, Gabby. They will go there. Very fascinating to see what Carlo Ancelotti does in a tournament, obviously, that he's never coached in before. Very good to see, very interesting to see, if he changes things, if he adapts, if he stays the same than at club level. But certainly for this Brazilian team, without Neymar, we're guaranteed for that first game against Morocco. We're still a lot of talent going forward, certainly more than defensively. And for Morocco, they've been outstanding for like a good 4-year cycle now. So.
Even though Walid Regragui, of course, is gone.
Yeah.
Do we call them champions of the AFCON or not?
Well, they won it and lost it, won it, lost it.
Yeah, so let's not necessarily go there, but obviously a very talented squad. Obviously, in terms of Carletto Ancelotti, it's he's never played in a World Cup, although he should have in 1982, except he got injured. And if he had, he would have won it, and he'd be already a world champion.
Course,
there you go. But hey, ifs and buts. The other two teams in this group, Scotland.
Scotland, they've never progressed to the next round, ever.
Even when Craig Burley was there,
even
he scored
when
in the World
Craig Burley,
Cup.
who scored in the World Cup in 98, even with Sir Kenny Dalglish, even with Graham Souness, all those generations, never.
Yeah, so this is typical, like, country like Scotland. A lot of small countries, you'll find a lot of talent in certain positions, attacking midfield. Of course, Scott McTominay, John McGinn, and then maybe less so in other areas with the best of will towards Shea Adams, Shanklin, people like that. They're probably not on a level of McTominay and McGinn.
Yeah. No Billy Gilmore as well, which is a massive blow for them. Got injured just before the start of the tournament.
Everybody can use a little guy who can pass the ball to the bigger guys on the pitch. And finally, Haiti, who are one of the stories of this tournament, the way they qualified, obviously what this country has been through as we kind of discover these players, because some of them, I know you knew all about Ruben Providence because, of course, he's Paris-born and bred.
There's a few Paris-born and bred. That's why they're special.
He's been around the block, by the way. He was at Paris Saint-Germain. He was at Roma. Never quite made it. But then they have this guy named Dukans Nazon, who I was totally unfamiliar with. How cool. He plays in Iran for Esteghlal, which means he gets to play in the biggest derby in the world, Esteghlal against Persepolis. It's a discovery journey.
Career for him. Yeah. Journey for all of them, really, like you said, Gabby, to get there. French national team head coach as well, obviously big ties with France, including the language, a few Paris-born and bred players, like Bellegarde, for example, who plays for Wolverhampton, who's probably their best player. And like we mentioned on the show the last time around, Otton Edouard, who could have played for them, didn't want to take somebody else's place for this World Cup, so he won't be there. They would have been stronger with him. But it's still a great story, although I think they will finish bottom of the group and won't qualify.
All right, Group D, this is USA, Turkey, Paraguay, and Australia. Again, on paper, we have, I think even though Paraguay can be tough and defensive and make it tough for you, whatever, it's USA and Turkey the favorites.
Yeah, great Turkish generation, of course, with Kenan Yildiz and all the others. We saw Arda Güler having a great Euros 2 years ago too, and for you, the US. This is the moment, really, where you have to step up, raise your game with Pochettino and this generation too.
Yeah, it's, I just wonder, do they feel pressure in the way other countries do when they're at home because of the situation that they're in? There's just so many question marks with the US team, but you still expect them to advance. Turkey, I love the idea of Çalhanoğlu. I think the pace of this tournament will suit him. And a tremendous goalkeeper as well, who I think often gets overlooked in Shakir between the sticks for Turkey. Of the other two, Australia, I got to say, there was this big story and they brought back Volpato, or rather Volpato brought himself back and they immediately called him up. Guy who turned them down, obviously he's dual citizen, Italy and Australia. Insert jokes here. They have this Nestor Irankunda, who again looks really good on YouTube highlights. I don't know in real life how that works out. I would kind of lean towards Paraguay to make life very tough for them just
Yeah.
because of the way they set up.
Yeah, I agree. And tough qualification as well for Australia, who changed managers halfway through. In the end, they made it. That's the most important. And I think they might have a bit of momentum going into the tournament, but I think it's a tough group for them. So USA, Turkey in the top two. And then I agree with you, Gabby. Paraguay for me third, and Australia fourth. Probably not enough for Australia to qualify. Paraguay might just sneak in, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to deal in like stereotypes and identity because I always hated it as a kid. Like, oh, look, the Samba stars of Brazil. Oh, look, England, they're all tough and they hit the ball high. And Germany are all disciplined and whatever. And Spain always bottled it. That's what we always used to hear, right? Except then Spain stopped bottling it and started dominating it and whatever. But Paraguay had such a strong footballing identity.
Yeah.
Probably more so than any of the other South American sides, with a possible exception of Uruguay. You could see them playing the percentages.
Absolutely.
But if they are to be a third place team, I mean, this is going to be part of the fascinating part in this. It's the best third place teams, but you're pretty sure that 3 points will get you there. You're not sure 2 points and then the tiebreakers. So there's going to be going to be a lot of gamesmanship, and I guarantee you there will be. My bold prediction: there will be at least one team that's going to completely misinterpret the rules, not realize what happens, miscommunicate, and screw things up, and not pass through to the next round as a result.